Welcome to Forsaken News. This is the series where I talk about all the hot news for Forsaken. Let's begin. The next update for Forsaken has been revealed.
What? There's one thing I gotta warn you about! He's here!
In this update, we will be receiving a brand new killer called Guest 666 and a brand new survivor, Veeronica. What an update, right? This update will be titled as the Chapter 2 update. If you didn't know, Chapter 1's update got split up into 3, Dusakar, Taf, and Noli. So yeah, it looks like each chapter will include a brand new survivor or killer, or in this case, both. Of course, we will be receiving a bunch of other things in this update, but simply they haven't been revealed yet. For the people who don't know though, Guest 666 is going to be the 6th killer in Forsaken and will become the biggest killer in Forsaken for now. Guest 666 won't have any real voice lines. Guest 666 will be more of a beast in a way, something similar to John Doe in a way, just making weird noises. Here's a look at some animations of Guest 666. And of course, here's the intro. Guest 666 has already made a bunch of appearances in Forsaken through posters and of course from Noob. It looks like Noob and Guest 666 will have lore together. In Noob's icon you can actually see Guest 666 in the background, but of course this is Guest 666 in a more normal state. You can also see Guest in other Noob related skins, Scene Noob, Pride Noob, and the Milestone skins. We can even see Noob and Guest 666 building a snowman together, all of the killers celebrating Christmas together. We have of course gotten some small teasers of Guest 666 already. Here is a door, it has the same color as Guest 666, and that's kinda it for now. And a brand new teaser of what looks like to be Veronica's head and Guest 666's tail. There will also be a secret Noob skin that you get for reaching level 100 for Guest 666. This skin will be called Noob 666. Now do remember that most of this information could be changed in the future. Moving on to the survivor Veeronica. We actually barely have any information about her. All we know is that she'll be mainly a survivalist, so something similar to Noob and 007 and 7, not really being able to help the team but more yourself. If I were to guess, I think she'll use her skateboard in a way to get more speed. Maybe she will have to do skateboard tricks, and if she succeeds she'll gain extra sprint. She definitely reminds me a lot of Subway Surfers, right? I think she'll also have an ability with spray painting. Maybe she can spray paint the killer, making them blind or something. I don't know, but it's probably going to be something simple but unique. We don't really know when this update will come out since Noli took over 5 months, but that's mainly because of a lot of issues behind the scenes. Guest 666 and Veeronica shouldn't take too long. It's a lot easier making survivors, so I bet Veeronica will be a cakewalk to make. But with Guest 666, there's actually already been a lot of progress done. Most of the animations seem finished, the abilities have been mostly done too, I'm pretty sure. Of course it's going to be a bunch of changes which will slow down the release, but I don't think we'll have to wait over 5 months. If I were to guess, maybe we'll see this update sometime by the end of August or September, depending how fast the developers are. But remember guys, that's just a guess. I'm also pretty sure we will be getting a few updates in between so that the game doesn't feel empty. Hopefully we will get a few small skin updates. Honestly, if we got an update every 2 weeks, I wouldn't be complaining. I think that would keep the game alive. Next up in the news, the Jason redesign has been revealed. Here is Slasher, a bacon captured and experimented on in Area 51 during the war. Through the Necrobloxicon, he was given a second chance, a motherly voice that he recognized guiding his actions and words. With the book in his shoulder and tools in hand, he'll follow the orders of his mother, at least that's what he believes. Yeah, there you go, there's some lore for Slasher. So here he is, and wow, I wasn't expecting them to actually make a better version of Jason. For the people who are upset about the name change, don't be. Slasher's real name is Jason, and if Jason had a Roblox username, his name would be Jason Bacon 1980. So feel free to call Slasher Jason still. Of course, most Jason skins will be changed slightly. I'm pretty sure the biggest change will be his mask. But other than that, most of the skins skins will stay the same or even get a better remake. This is where we get onto the milestone skins. Slasher's milestone skins have been revealed. Here is milestone 1, and just wow, this is milestone 1? This is actually crazy. The details for this is so cool, and actually showing off that he's a bacon hair adds the extra detail that we needed. Here's milestone 2. You can tell that it still looks similar to the old milestone skin. Milestone 3, again, very cool. And finally, the best one, milestone 4. And holy, I can't wait to see how the model will look in game, since if you can't tell, this is a drawing right now. After this releases, I bet a bunch of people will want to grind out Slasher and level him up to max if you haven't already. If I were to guess, I think we will get this redesign either an update before the chapter 2 update or in the chapter 2 update. Looks like there's also been a sketch of, looks like Slasher's mother. I don't know if this is going to be a survivor or if this is simply going to be, you know, lore accurate and will never appear in the game, but maybe through images or something, or maybe this will even be a Slasher skin in the future. But here is a small concept. This will of course most likely change a lot in the future. An upcoming survivor has just been revealed, called Wanwood. This survivor is of course fully based on the Wanwood items on Roblox, and will most likely be related to stuff like that, nature and wood. If I had to guess, the survivor will have something to do with their cloak, but for now we don't know anything about Wanwood, and we probably won't be seeing the skin in the game anytime soon. Of course, Wanwood replaces the scrapped survivor, Cereline. Cereline was a planned survivor for Forsaken and was more of a deer wood type person. Of course, still having similar aspects like Wanwood, and Cereline actually already had a bunch of lore planned. She had lore to do with Dusakar, 007, and even Two-Time and Azure. I'm assuming a bunch of lore from Cereline will transfer to Wanwood. Maybe not everything, but I do think a lot of stuff will. Artful and Devesto Noli skins will be getting some small changes. I'm assuming once these changes get added into the game, they will also be receiving brand new themes. I don't know if these themes are going to be fully new or if they're going to be from the Die of Death game. And finally in the news, recently the DIVADAYO skin got a giant giveaway. If you joined a specific game, you would get a badge, and after getting the badge, you would get the DIVADAYO Cool Kit skin. About 400,000 people managed to get this badge. Now, I know there are a lot of people who are upset that they couldn't get the skin, but that's totally okay, because on August 31st, you will be able to get the skin in Forsaken. I don't know if this is going to be a free skin or if you're gonna have to buy it from the shop. Just mark your calendars for August 31st, because that is when you can get the DIVADAYO skin. That's all the news I have for today. Thank you so much for watching another news video. If you want to see more news and just anything related to Forsaken, feel free to subscribe. It helps out the channel. We're trying to get 100k before summer ends. Let's see if we can actually hit it. Thanks for watching.